Hi guys. Some of you have asked me to do a flip through of this book, The Cross Stitch Garden, by a Japanese lady called Kazuko Maoki. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. And I had a little bit of time, so I thought I'd make a quick video. So I'm going to do a flip through and show you the patterns, not the patterns, but the designs that are in here. And one fair warning, viewer beware, especially Kay from Kay's Cross Stitch on YouTube, Flosstube. I warned you not to look at this video because you will be enabled terribly. So if you want to proceed, it's on your own discretion. Anyway, let's get started. So this book is set up with maybe this will be legible, not sure, but maybe. It's set up like the first half is all the designs shown in the final finish form, and then the last part is tools and materials as well as all the instructions. So that's about half of the book. And I already made a little design from this book and it was pretty easy to work from the pattern, but there was one error in it. The wrong thread color was given. So I'm not sure if that was just happened to be that pattern that I was doing or if it's something that is a regular feature. Just something to be aware of when you're stitching from this book, that before you start you check if the actual colors that you have selected, that they are what you are expecting them to be. Okay, so let's get started. The first page are pansy motifs, and this is exactly why I warned you, Kay. So if you're still watching, I didn't do it. Anyway, they are very nice, and the author has shown how she has chosen to finish them as a coin purse, but I can imagine you can also easily make them into like greeting cards or maybe on napkins or something like that. And then she also has violet designs, and here's an example of how she fully finished them in sort of a collection of different designs, and she does that regularly. There are several collection type finishes in this book, which I kind of like, but not always. So this I might try and do, but then you have to find a frame that would fit it. Anyway, so she has a whole collection of different types of violets that she has made patterns for. And here's another full page of them. Really nice, really easy to do. Again, you could easily make these into greeting cards or use them for handkerchiefs or napkins or something like that. Then this is one of the wreaths that I really like. That's why there's a sticky note attached to it with wildflowers. These are the types of designs in the book that I really enjoy. And then there's also, again, flowers in different types of pots. Not really something I would do. I think it's a bit too much of a hassle to finish them off decently. Then here's another example of a collection or collage that she does with stitches with different types of fabric, as well as like applique work. This time it's poppies. Then this one I really like, the Wildflower Garden Sampler. This has a lot of the wildflowers that I recognize from my youth, from the meadows and the ditches that I used to play in, like cornflower and sheep's sorrel and the clover and the pansies and, you know, everything. And she also has, for each of these flowers, she also has separate vignettes. So you could also do them like vignettes for, I don't know, ornaments or cards again. But I like the amount of colors that she uses, quite detailed. So here are more of those vignettes. I hope this is not too dark, by the way. Another sampler is the wild rose sampler, which I also like. She has different types of wild roses that she's added into a pattern design. And I like the finish on this one, the Wild Rose Journal, which actually finishes off like a journal, which I do like that, but it's not something that I would stitch up like that, but I do like the idea. Might try and think of something else to do with a journal type stitch. Then this is actually the reason why I originally wanted this book, these berry motifs. So there's brambles, there's blueberries, and the next page has the raspberry ones with the berries stitched up as with beads instead of fabric or fiber. And I do like that contrast it gives. And she has here a final finish with a tote bag, and I really like this. I might try and make it into a cushion if I don't trust my sewing skills that much that I can actually make a tote bag, but we'll see. It's not on the calendar yet to make. Then the Christmas rose, and she also has a white rose pattern. And then she has some collages of colored flowers. So she has a yellow flower collage and a blue flower collage, which I like. And then she has, oh, I thought she had another one. No, I thought she had another one, but apparently not. This is a wildflower collage, and I like how she stitched up different things like patches and sew them onto the design. This again is the wildflower wreath that we saw earlier, but now with the names of each flower on it. And then we have a garden collage with a frog and a little bag of seeds and the little seeds coming out and the bees. I really like this. And as I said before, I like the way she finishes things off like a collage. It's really different. And then she has some pincushions and a little gardening sampler. And yeah, not too much I have to say about those, but they're really cute. I like the charms that she used for those. And then she has some pillows, some cushion covers. I do like this one, but the rest I think are a little bit too simplistic to make into a cushion or a pillow cover. And then we have some leaf coasters. I do like these. I'm not sure if I would make them. I actually never use coasters, but that's a different story. I do like the way she used the beads to make a nice edge to the finish. And then we have a bee apron, and I'm not much of an apron person as well, but I guess you can also use the bees for the coasters idea. And then we have, these are like embellished dish towels with Spanish chilies, peppers and sage leaf, and she uses waste canvas method, but I think I would actually just use soluble canvas because picking out all those threads looks a bit fiddly and too much time consuming to me. And this is a really fun little thing. It's a seedling motif and I really like it, but I'm not sure if there's any way I could finish it that I would hang it up or change into a cushion or something. I don't know. I just think it's funny, but no, not sure if I would ever stitch something like this. And then we have some bulbs, and these I really like as well. Just arranged in a sampler type style. And that's it. That's all there is in the book. And we come now to the project instructions, which I'm not going to show because they will include the patterns. So that's it. If you have any questions still about this book, let me know. If not, then thank you for watching and see you again. Bye. Hi guys! Well, the other day I was watching Talia on Flosstube, better known as Covered in Cat Hair, and she was talking about her plans for 2017, and she had some designs that she took from this book, and she mentioned that it is a book that she thinks every cross stitcher should have because it just has amazing designs in it. And of course I believed her, and went out looking for it, and I found out that it's pretty hard to come by and it can be pretty expensive. I've seen prices ranging from 30 to 70 or more dollars. And when I was looking for it, I actually found a site in the Netherlands which had it second hand for only $8. So I couldn't resist and I ordered it, even without having a clear picture of what's inside. But I agree with Talia, this is definitely a book that any cross stitcher will find at least one or two patterns in that they will enjoy stitching. And if you can get it for that kind of price, like $8 or $10, I think that is worth it. So I am not going to do a full flip through of this book. If you really want me to, please let me know. But I am just going to show you a few highlights, if you will. And the book is divided up into several sections, as you can see here. And there's all-time favorites, blue ribbon winners, there's things like holiday themed or sampler themed pieces, and every section has first an illustration of all the designs as a finished object, and then it ends with the patterns of all those designs in that section. So it's not like all the patterns are at the end of the book, but they are at the end of each section. So what I've done is I've added some post-its from designs that I think I would love to do. As you can see, there are quite a few. And then there's also some which I wanted to share with you because either it's not something I would stitch, but it might be something you would like, or it's just basically weird and I just needed to show you. So let's see what this first one is. Okay, this first one is something I've been looking at in various designs. It's a design of hummingbirds and with pink fuchsia flowers, and I've always wanted to stitch some hummingbirds, and I think I'm going to rearrange it a bit to have them all around this area and then stitch that part up. But I do really like this design. I've seen it a lot of times before already. Okay, the next one I want to show you is this one. I think we've all seen this one quite a few times before. It's a very popular pattern. It's called Amid Amish Life. It's a really lovely design. You could stitch it as 3 separate patterns or as a whole, and I really like it, but as I'm not from America and not really connected in any way to Amish, I don't think I would readily stitch this piece. However, there's another one. Oh yeah, this I just added for Emily because, and I think she's seen both now. She got this one from May, I think, a little while back, and I found out that they're actually a duo. This is called Young Man's Fancy, and he is even more creepy than his sister because he has a squirrel on a little rope. And when you look at the patterns, they're even more creepy because in the patterns the mouths and the eyes are blank because there are separate patterns for the mouth and the eyes because they are stitched over one. So the patterns are even more ghostly looking with no face, or no eyes and no mouths. So anyway, they are in here as well. Now this one I've seen before and I absolutely love this, and I'm definitely going to try and make this. I love this 3D effect with the um, sort of Hardanger window and the Christmas tree behind it and a little candle behind it as well. I'm definitely going to be making this Christmas house someday. And this is one that a lot of you will also recognize. Santa's List is a very popular Santa Claus pattern. It's also in here. Okay, next is, I'm going to have to be very careful not to show the pattern, but it's this Spanish sampler which I thought was kind of nice. And I'm not sure yet if I want to stitch it, but I do really like it. I think I might have to work on the colors a bit, but yeah, it's really nice. Okay. Next up, some Christmas pieces, and this one is absolutely darling. All the individual pieces for a nativity scene. Absolutely lovely. You could stitch them individually, but I guess you could also arrange them in some way on just one piece of fabric. Then something I would definitely want to do is these cute little angels that you can stitch separately or you can stitch together. Really like those Russian Christmas it's called. And there's a lovely woodland Santa as well. Oh, then this one. How could I not show you this crazy sweater with the reindeer and the Christmas lights going around her neck, and they even continue on the back, as you can see. I don't know if I would have the patience to stitch all those individual light bulbs, but I just wanted to share that with you. Trying not to show the pattern. Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay, next. Okay, this one is rather cute. The box of chocolates. Thought that was kind of cute. And you could also stitch them as individual pieces of chocolate as well. Then we have, these are kind of cute, the napkins. They have a really cute Santa napkin with little details for the napkin. And placemats for Easter with a bunny and clover with napkin with a similar design. I really like these. Then they have for fall or autumn or maybe Halloween, they have these with pumpkins, and they have Americana design as well. And we have, what is this one? Oh yeah, here's some example of the samplers, which are absolutely stunning, very detailed. This is Gathering Honey. This one is an anniversary sampler, very beautiful. And there's one in here that I would like to do as well, which is the Dutch sampler. And I wouldn't stitch the alphabet, but I do like the bottom half of the design. I might change out some of the colors to be more orange because of our royal house. And that's all I wanted to show from this book, but they're pretty, it's about half of all the patterns that are in here, so there's a lot more to choose from. If you're lucky enough to find it for a decent price, and if you want to look for it, it's called 101 Best Loved Designs from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. And it's published by Better Homes and Gardens. And it is from, trying to see if there's a date on it. Copyright 1996. Not sure if you can see that. Okay guys, good luck in finding it. Bye guys.